Hello and welcome back to BKT Podcast with your boys Baron, Cammy, and Thronz. So, just a recap from first episode. My name's Baron, and I like War Thunder and it's a lot of World War II sorts of mainly tech side of things and looking at just innovation design. It's kind of like what I want to go for a career, kind of, and also a sci-fi fan, so it means just mainly Star Wars. So here is Cammy.
I still make Fortnite videos.
Yeah, well spoken. And now for Thronz.
Yeah, I'm just a nerd for sci-fi things, and yeah, that's why I'm on this podcast.
All right. So yeah, once again starting with Star Wars, and this was a doozy. The Rian Johnson rumor about quitting Star Wars and how all of the true 100-brain fanboys were crying out in sheer joy at the fact that he wouldn't be working on his own trilogy.
Yippee!
Yeah.
We're saved.
And that was actually my first. I didn't know that the sub saltier than crate was a thing, and that because like the name sounds like it would be like ironic, being like, hey, here's like people that are just like really cringy and salty.
No, I've known about it.
Yeah.
I've known about it for quite some time.
They talk about it on the Star Wars Discord.
Oh yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah.
I found out about it because I thought it was ironic, like just because of the name. But then you see like the post that they make, and it's like really unironic, and it's like, what are you guys doing? Like they're just like nitpicking the movie to like the points, to where, yeah, it is kind of bad because you're just nitpicking it. But I mean, like all the problems that they nitpick can be applied to like any of the Star Wars movies because they're like not airtight. It's really dumb to just nitpick a movie, especially Star Wars.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like that seems like a bit of an exceptional amount of hatred that was pointed towards, like especially like considering compared to J.J. Abrams, like don't think nearly as much was like directed at him for Force Awakens. But I don't know. General Kenobi.
Shut up!
No,
I was about to make that joke.
No, okay, but seriously, yeah. So it's just they're two different sort of sequels.
Yeah.
I feel. I mean, Force Awakens got like some dislike, but it was different.
Well, I mean, like by then, Daisy Ridley already deleted her Instagram, so I'd say it was pretty bad.
Yeah. Overall, still.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just people. Like, especially, like, the fact that it was, like, only just a rumor and it just blew up that much with, like, no confirmation from him.
Because, I mean, that people want to believe in that kind of stuff. Like, they just want him to lose his child. They probably want him to die for, like, ruining their childhood.
Yeah,
He went back in time and Doc Brown's DMC-12 and, just fucked their childhoods up by killing their parents and destroying their tape of Star Wars.
Clearly, yeah.
And he did it all with his plastic lightsaber that he got from Kathleen Kennedy herself.
And that's what inspired him to make Looper. Obviously.
Oh, you mean the one with Hayden Christensen?
No, Looper is the one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. No, you got entirely wrong movies.
Oh yeah,
man.
that's the one where like
it's the one with Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And like they're playing the same guy, but like one's older, obviously. And then the guy travels back in time to shoot his face.
Yeah, it's like something about like the mafia in the future uses time travel to kill off people that speak up or they want out. So it's like, hey, send them back in time and burn them, and nobody will know.
Yeah.
Dude, that is crazy. Wow. Thanks for spoiling the movie for me, you jerk.
I mean, that's literally what they open up with
that's the premise.
The guy literally directly says, "Oh yeah, this is how it goes. This is how mafia works."
But yeah, the rumor was wrong, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but it does matter. It's a lesson in internet psychology that we already knew.
I mean, like, there's been other rumors that have spread, false rumors that have spread on the internet like all the time. So it's like, I don't know.
I guess like people are saying
So
about it being like a kind of a credible news website or something, or that like people are just expecting that, oh well, this probably has something to it.
I mean,
that's what happens. People like to be the first to know, and then like news sources that they're obliged to just kind of jump on certain things, and it's just part of how the internet is now. And I don't really think there's much to it.
And I think like part of the reason why it kind of took off and people took it at face value is just because like the realistic part about it, like it is kind of like I guess like a nerve-wracking thing to be just bombarded with hate like every waking day because you made a movie. So it's like not hard to think that maybe he would have given up after a little while.
Yeah, it's not irrational. I mean, like, yeah, it's not like a completely random left field news piece of news, which is why like it's believable. Yeah,
but now we know it's fake news. So
whatever, doesn't matter.
Moving on to other sequel trilogy news, though. Principal filming for episode 9 finished, so trailer name drop soon, TM?
I don't know why they haven't, given something.
Have you seen the reference sheets for like the costumes in the movie?
I saw, I might have seen something about it somewhere, but like, no, not really.
Are kind of lame in my opinion. I don't want to like spoil it if you guys don't want to be spoiled.
No, I want to be spoiled. I've never cared about spoilers. Sometimes if I don't want to watch a movie, I just read it on Wikipedia. Like that's how much I don't care. And even if I do and I later watch it, and then maybe it's like a really popular one, like I don't care. But I don't know about you, Bear.
Bear, do you care?
I mean, go ahead. I'll probably have like a thing in the timestamps down below if viewer wants to skip. But go ahead. They've been warned.
But I don't really want to like pull up a picture now, like while we're in the middle of doing this. But I remember like some of the notable ones because like the rest of them are just like generic, like resistance outfits, alien mask, whatever. But they have like some costumes for like Lando, Rey, and Kylo, and it really looks like they're taking a step back on like the creative like aspect of the designs. Like Lando is literally just wearing the same outfit from Solo, the yellow one.
Nice.
Because it's different. Rey kind of has like a modified like like the robe she wore when she was on Jakku.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it's like more.
Okay, yeah. Then I have seen some pictures of it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It looks really lame, and then Kylo Ren is just literally, Kylo Ren
wearing black.
Yeah, it's really lame.
I don't really care.
Maybe,
to be honest.
Maybe because I'm just like used to like them switching costumes like every movie, especially like MCU and the prequels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of used to them changing outfits because like.
I mean,
Darth Vader.
Original trilogy.
I mean, then again,
trilogy. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you got Endgame. Captain America is just apparently wearing the same Winter Soldier suit.
But he's wearing a beard and he has.
No, did you see he was shaved?
Wait, for Endgame?
Yeah.
Oh. I think Endgame's just going to reuse like a bunch of old outfits because they basically confirmed time travel. So.
I mean, on one note though, I heard someone talking about how there was going to be like they travel back in time to the first Avengers movie, and the fight takes place while the invasion's going on, and like I don't know.
I can see that happening. I can see myself shaking my head in the theater.
But stronger.
Because I don't know. Like this Marvel Infinity War was overrated.
Wow.
As is all the MCU.
You know what? Fuck you for having an opposing opinion. I hate you. I'm off this podcast. Goodbye.
No, but I mean, yeah, it's. Yeah, I think. I just don't see that much hype. I can kind of see it. No, I mean, like I understand it at a certain point as well. Like I just disagree with it on principle of like I don't think it's that good.
Yeah.
I'm
And
probably still salty over Peter punching Thanos.
Peter is Star-Lord, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because there's two Peters. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not. I don't think I'm really salty because I don't really care that much about the Guardians. Like, they're okay,
What do you
but
mean they're just okay? They're like the best movies the MCU has.
Guardians 1 and 2. I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like over my overwhelming feeling of like all the Marvel stuff is just kind of, yeah, it's all right.
Because
I mean,
It's fairly good.
it's just like hype movies, basically. Like,
Yeah, they're all
now-
hype or comedy-ish, comedy hype, action.
But it's like when you like actually like look at it, like boil it down to like what it really is. Like none of them really stand up very good. I mean, I think Guardians and Guardians 2 are like the only ones that really stand up because they actually like tell like an interesting story. Meanwhile, Iron Man is just like, oh, I built this suit, now I'm gonna fight a rich man. Iron Man 2, I'm poisoned, I'm gonna fight fucking Whiplash.
a poor man who's like out in Russia, and
And he has a bird.
Yeah,
Iron Man
Yeah.
3, I have this weird character development where I have PTSD, and yeah, I also have a bunch of suits.
no, you see, that's the weird thing. But I like Iron Man. The three Iron Mans are probably like one of my up there, along with like Guardians to me. Like, I mean, not in their own separate tier, but like the better half
I mean,
Oh.
yeah, it's
MCU. Not like in quality, but just like what I like. I just think that comes down to actors. Like, I just really like Robert Downey Jr.
yeah,
and I really like the Tony Stark character he plays, and it's just cool.
yeah.
I like it. I don't know.
It's kind of like
I
one of those
think-
things as well with what's it called? Because like you have Batman, who's just like, yeah, I don't have any powers, but I have a lot of money to like make this equipment. And Tony Stark's like, yeah, I have enough money to just make like infinite amounts of like high tech suits that can do all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But
They're all like specifically made for like certain purposes, which is kind of cool. Just
Yeah.
do you all agree like the best MCU series of all time is actually the Thor series featuring
No.
the Dark World?
Definitely not.
My favorite movie ever made.
and like Thor's just like a really difficult character, in my opinion, to like try
Definitely.
and convey. Because like you got this literal like space Norse god who is just like walks across rainbow bridges, and like how do you adapt
Well,
that into?
I mean, that's
Yeah,
with like most comics, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
'Cause it's
idea
easy.
is there, but just like the overall like ideas of like the plot and stuff is kind of shit, and the execution is even worse. Like, oh, here's fucking dark elves, and you go to the dark world and you fight a bunch of boring looking elves on a boring looking planet. It's just
Yeah.
boring.
I mean Shakespearean sci-fi is like an interesting
And then
take
you
he took
have
for it,
fucking Natalie Portman playing Padme Part 2.
I mean, speaking of which, I rewatched Treasure Planet recently,
yeah.
and I thought that was like, I don't know. I liked it. I like it more than most Disney movies. Well, probably because it's I'm a guy and it's more up to my like
And it also has Robin Williams in it, I think.
style.
Didn't
It's
it?
more up to my high maintenance standards.
it's more in sync with like my style because I'm a dude and I never liked musicals that much, and I'm not as a kid I wasn't into princesses or whatever. But like watching it now, I still really like Treasure Planet. I thought I'd dislike it more, but I like it because there's no singing and there's more action.
Hmm.
I watched Tarzan for the first time the other day. I really liked
Really,
it. Yeah. The
Tarzan's cool.
animation's pretty cool.
Yeah, but like Treasure Planet has like the whole like space fantasy, like
Mm.
it's like sci-fi but like Victorian era.
Yeah, kind of like steampunk.
Victorian era transported into like the future, into like a space
So
sci-fi thing.
basically,
Mhm.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, basically.
No, but no, but Yeah, the thing about Treasure Planet is like it just has them flying in space with on an open deck ship, and it's just like deal with it pretty much, and it's nice. It's nice to have that. Everyone's dressed up and speaks in like most of them speak in not most, but like a lot of them speak in like the English various British accents, and then yeah, everyone's dressed up like it's the 19th century.
Wait, you said British accents?
Yeah.
Help me, Obi-Wan.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't know Ian McGregor was in Treasure Planet.
I will do what I must.
Doth well try. Okay.
Then he gets into singing.
So, yeah, it brings us to gaming. So, kind of tying it back to Star Wars. The Chosen One update coming at the end of the month. So, it's going to be interesting
Is
to
that
see.
the Anakin update?
Yeah. I mean, he is the Chosen One, right? He's supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them. Rebalance the Force, not leave it in darkness.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like especially like what they were talking about with like how he's going to play out as well, because if you look at most like the lightsaber heroes, they kind of are a bit poopy in that it's like, oh, well, Force abilities of being able to push you, and
Obi-Wan is like a really fucking broken character, to be honest. Like just his Force push itself really like overpowered because it has range on it. It's not like fighting and like quickly tap before they can get around you. Obi-Wan can just like sit somewhere and just charge it for like a quick second, just let the person fly. He's like letting a fart rip. You just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't know, like.
And he has the power to like null abilities, and he has like a defensive kind of charge. So that's
I think defensive charge is kind of poopy, from my experience.
It is.
Yeah.
Why use defensive charge when you can just play Rey and just like knock into people and like destroy a fight?
Yeah. Stagger everyone just by running with this lightsaber pointed at him.
The animation for the run looks really weird.
Yeah. I mean, like, especially just like Anakin being like more focused on like offensive and that sort of thing. So kind of hoping to see some neato abilities and stuff.
He will have rage, and it will make his power go up by 200%, and he can one-shot any hero.
I kind of wonder if he gets a mini choke ability, like what he does in the Clone Wars sometimes. He just like, I'm tired of your shit. I'm going to just choke you for the answer because I'm angry.
He has like a mini choke where he like kind of like when he choked Padme, he just like wiggles his finger.
Yeah.
He's like choking her a little bit, and then he just drops them.
Yeah. Or it's kind of like a Maul one where it's just like throws them somewhere after it's done choking.
I really hate Maul's choke. I would like to hold them and then kill them, not fucking throw them.
Yeet.
Yeetus fetus, get out of here.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure though that the Chosen One also it comes with the officer changes, so that'll be pretty neato to get clone armor. But that does make you wonder though about the different legions, like because you know how they're also adding 501st at some point. So
no, see, like that's something I'm kind of confused. Like so, because I don't really play, but like just listening to it, like all the customization is on the clones.
Well, like all the new ones they've added.
All the new customization, but that's just so they have like, but like I've always felt like they probably always had the most potential for it because they're the ones who got all the fleshing out of like not fleshing out, but just like all the like guidebook backstory buildup of like all these different legions with different colors and like all these different variants and shit like that like the First Order definitely doesn't like sequel stuff doesn't have, and like
I mean, I guess
OT stuff doesn't have.
In Battlefront 1, I mean, like if it means anything, you could like customize your own like rebel a little bit.
That was kind of just like changing, like, hey, what kind of human or alien you want to be. But like, I guess it kind of helps
Yeah.
for like the canon customizations you can get for clones because like 6 seasons worth and like
No, yeah, that's what I mean. So like, there's like kind of like there's like a weird imbalance there. No, it's not game balance, but I just meant like in like the
They
feel of it
Content.
all.
fucking owe us this. What are you
Content.
talking about? Battlefront 1 didn't have any sort of like prequel content. It's like
Yeah.
now they're getting to it in this game. It's like just now.
I don't know. I would have I because of the existence of like the story group thing, I don't think it happened, but like I would like to see something where the game just tries to make something up, make more stuff up for content. Like
I think the thing is though that they have to get permission from Lucasfilm. Just
yeah,
hey,
exactly. That's the thing. With the existence of like the Lucasfilm stuff and yeah.
Wait, so you want
Oh.
like people to make like their own like
No, I
clothes?
just want them to make their own legions, colors, stuff like that.
They would have to make a story behind it.
Weapons. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But like that's what I've always felt like if with something like Star Wars, you could get away with that because it's technically galactic, and even though the stories obviously don't measure up to that, the movies don't measure up to that scale. It's an easy way to insert things so long as it's not like huge.
like Inferno Squad.
You know?
Like that was something specially for Battle.
Yeah, you can just like pull that out of your fucking ass, and you don't have to like tie it into like a million different things. It can just like exist for this one game.
But how
And-
do they make money for merch?
We have to make money.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's how you make money. You just add shit. You just make up shit and be like, hey, this isn't going to affect any. You don't have to reference this in any of your later, like,
Well-
comics or whatever. Just here you go.
They
But of
don't
course,
really
the
make money off of it though.
the trade-off would be that, like, if you add like little lore tidbits, then like, oh no, story group is going to have a headache because what if like this one little thing contradicts, I don't know, something else.
They kind of have it like in game where like they describe like every character in brief for like the like different costumes. It'd be kind of cool if like you said, like just add like their own custom legions and
Yeah.
give like a little description.
Give more
Is it-
backstory to it because there's like a million billion bajillion planets in a galaxy, right? So like,
Yeah.
you can have like a battle on like Billabog 6, and it's like you don't have to ever reference it again, and that I think that makes the galaxy cooler because like that means there's so much going on that you don't get to know.
Yeah, but it feels kind of strange that it exists, but it's like never mentioned by anybody.
I mean, it doesn't have, but like that's the thing. It's galactic. It's a galactic war.
Yeah, but like the Jedi Council, like when they're like talking, like, "Oh, this mission is just underway," goes, and it's just like,
Yeah,
they
but
have
you don't
know
get
about
to
this stuff.
you don't get to see all of their interactions, right? Like that's what I think.
You don't have to see it, but I mean, it'd just be nice to be like mentioned. It's kind of like the MCU Netflix show Conundrum, where they're like set in the same universe, but they like never mention it. So it's kind of like
Yeah, but
makes
that's
you
why
wonder.
you detach it completely from any of the big characters. It's like none of the Jedi on the, because there's 10,000, right? Like total. We don't meet every single laser sword monk
meet
in this
Promise
fucking
Now.
galaxy. So like it doesn't matter. Like you can just that's where you like throw in new people. Obviously, like there's a certain point if you like make things too important, then like you run into issues of like, oh, this is like choking out my story idea or something like that. People are stepping on each other's toes. That's what happens in like the EU, old EU.
Was
What?
Gregor like in anything prior to like the droid arc?
No,
Yeah, he's just kind of like, hey.
you mean
here's this-
the commando?
Yeah.
Yeah, they found.
Yeah,
out
he wasn't. He was invented for the droid arc.
Ah, now that is truly epic. Wow, your
Yeah,
ideas
that's
suddenly make sense. Wow.
it's just you just invent random dudes. And you don't have to have them connected to anything. Like reasonably scale, like there should be so many like clones we don't ever trillions. It's trillions of people. Trillions.
Yes.
Like that's
Now it's time to install the Yuzon Vong to get rid of those trillion.
no, that's the thing. That's okay, see, that's the thing. Okay, now here's my EU plug for Trader, where in Trader, like they describe how the Vong invaded Coruscant, right? And like they say, like let's assume they literally killed like was it 100 billion out of the 1 trillion people there. That's still 900 billion left, and that's enough to like cause major issues for everyone else, like in a refugee crisis. Like that's a scale. That's a sci-fi author's. That's what happens when you have a sci-fi author kind of sit and sort of think and create an interesting plot out of the scale of like a galactic conflict that you wouldn't get from like World War II. You know, like or pretending that like a sci-fi war is the scale of World War II. And I feel like I would have liked to see that, but I don't expect it, honestly, because like who has the time for that?
So, yeah, the other thing, just to finish off with Battlefront, is the reinforcements coming with the new game mode. So the thing is, on top of this, because they did confirm. I'm just gonna put it in chat real quick. They did make the confirmation about it not being droidicas, but there's still like
bullshit.
Because because the thing is like, you have certain classes, right? You have the enforcers, big meaty heroes that just soak up damage. You have aerial troopers, people that rocket around, and just fly around the map. But like, there's no real equivalent for the Republic to like say a droidica. So I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, like that's another, like the idea of the symmetrical. How symmetrical do you have to be? I would like it to be more asymmetrical, but like that's of course way harder to balance. That's like way harder to balance. So it's just like, but like I just would like to see it.
Where the OG Battlefront 2 has like over the new one, because they just like throw in some shit together and call it a day. You can tell like they didn't give a shit about balance because it's a droidica in there, just fucking threw it in.
Yeah.
There's no equivalent to it.
Yeah.
But it was still fun and it was still beatable.
Yeah. I mean, like RTS games have to deal with that shit every day. So like it's just like StarCraft, like obviously. So I don't know. I would like to see asymmetrical or stuff like, MOBAs or the hero shooter trend with Overwatch and Rainbow Six. Where it's like very much though, I mean, like with those, the difference is that both sides can end up picking like having the same options, whereas like faction based stuff is different because
But yeah, more realistically, probably they're just gonna have the commando units for each one. So you got the Republic Commandos, since those are actually canon because of Clone Wars.
And then you're gonna have assassin droids on the CS side.
No, it's gonna be the droid.
Commando
droids, whatever they're
Aren't they like the same thing? The assassins?
Like assassins are assassins are like the IG-88 stuff.
I wasn't talking about. I was talking about the black like B1 droids. They're like
those are they're called
commando droids.
Yeah,
I always thought they were assassin droids.
Nope.
I mean, you want usually commandos to carry out an assassin attempt, I imagine.
You're wrong. Get right here, fake fan.
fake fan.
Yeah. No, but it's just they're just called the wrong. They're just called commando droids, and it's because the reason why they're called that is because they can bend their knees properly, unlike every single other fucking droid.
They're
I've
tactical.
invented a new droid.
It's literally they're literally special forces because like they're not built like they have arthritis. Like that's like yeah, that's why they're considered commandos.
Instead, they have scoliosis. Just
Yeah,
always
yeah.
forward, bending forward.
They look like someone just pounded their ass in and they can't stand up straight.
Yeah.
Like, see the battle droids in the Phantom Menace where they're like walking up to the door.
Yeah.
Dioxys.
Yeah.
And you just see like looking like they have like fucking a broken pussy. It's like it looks so weird.
The Virgin Droid versus the Chad clone.
Yeah, man.
No wonder they got beat by Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Old man.
I bet Qui-Gon is laughing somewhere. It's just such a weird voice line.
But before we switch modes, can you remind me what Titan mode is? I forgot what it was.
From the details on it, it's apparently just mashing together the conquest mode of like capturing respawn points and capital ship on capital ship mode. So, like being able to take off from a Star Destroyer, land inside of a Rebel cruiser, and take out its systems.
So basically, it's Battlefield.
I mean, I think it's kind of like trying to pay homage to Battlefront 1 space, or Battlefront 2 OG space battle. I don't know, though. We'll have to see how it turns out.
Battlefront 2's space battle. I mean, the original one, like the when you like fly through space and like walk into the enemy base. Yeah, that no thanks. That's pretty shit.
I guess we'll have to see how they handle it. But did you want to bring us into Nintendo Direct and how it's trash?
It's not trash.
Explain this Nintendo flicks.
You want me to explain the concept to you?
I mean, just okay. Yeah, what do you think? Because I mean, I already got the basic idea.
Well, I mean, it's just like every now and then they have like some big news they want to let out, so they have like a pre-recorded live stream with like all these big reveals, and all the man children like pile up on their computers and like blow fat fucking loads all over their computer, and then they didn't bring any towels, so they're smearing it with their hands, and yeah, it's
that sounds great.
Like Etika, like the meme of the black dude screaming.
Yeah. That's okay. So like, because that's I knew about that. I was wondering if there was like anything more. If there's like literally anything more than that.
Not really.
Really? It's just news?
Yeah.
It's just like a way to directly announce instead of posting on YouTube. Like that's the difference.
I mean, it seems to be a big complaint in a lot of people. Like when it comes to especially like just for example Fallout 76. Like a big problem that people have besides the game is like the devs like not really communicating that much. So like what they kind of responded to that was like a article series they did called Inside the Vaults. It was basically like, hey, this is what we're doing. We're listening to what you're saying. So I don't know if that's kind of what they're trying to do.
But like, does this mean they're going to post more? Is this actually going to change the rate at which they talk about stuff? And also like honestly sometimes as a game company you just got to be like more closed doors, because you don't want people seeing like all the nitty-gritty of what you're doing.
I mean, the Nintendo stuff is pretty closed doors. I mean, they're selective of what you can see.
Exactly, which they should be.
In between.
Because you know what? Most people are stupid and annoying, and you don't want them to know because they'll just misinterpret whatever you present to them, and they'll be like, "Wow, that's great," or like, "That's terrible," and like you'll be like, "No, you're wrong, you're dumb, and you don't actually know what's going on." So yeah.
I personally don't like the directs, especially like when it comes to Smash Brothers, because it's just like it leads to a road of salt and hate, and just like my Twitter feed being about why their favorite character, Shadow the Hedgehog, is not in Smash Brothers. Like, who the fuck cares? You have like fucking Ryu, you have Cloud, you have Sonic, you have Snake, you have like all these third-party characters, and you're complaining about Shadow the Hedgehog, who's an assist trophy in the game. not being playable. It's like, who gives a fuck?
Well, I mean, that's more about like the sort of people you hang out with, man. I don't know about
No,
like the majority of, you know.
I mean,
Like,
that's not even people who hang out. I have no fucking friends. It's
yeah, but
honestly
like that
Twitter.
you're the Sonic guy, so like of course, yeah. But anyways,
Well, Shadow's just an example because I
yeah, I
do.
know people complain about a lot of things. I mean, personally, having played Smash Ultimate, I did notice that there's like a bajillion Fire Emblem characters that all seem similar-ish.
Yeah, that's the big
There are
thing.
variations between Marth and Ike of some, like mostly Marth-ish. Just the way I felt. But then like, and I mean, I don't know. I guess Fire Emblem's super popular in Japan, I'm guessing. If they have that many, like the
Yes,
Fire Emblem must be like way more popular
it
than like a
it
lot of
is.
the others. Damn.
It really is.
That just seems, I don't know. Yeah, I guess yeah, that might be something that I'm just not clued in on because the out perspective, at least in the US, seems to be more like, oh, Mario is like the mascot, right? The face of everything.
Well, I mean,
He
he's
still is.
basically video game Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Mario, and then you have Zelda. But then there's like Fire Emblem. It's like, what? What is that?
Weeb stuff.
Yeah, Weeb XCOM.
Basically, it's Star Wars.
No, I know. It's like
Japan.
it's a turn-based. It's a turn-based strategy game, right? Tactical
Okay.
strategy.
Give a shit.
It's like XCOM but with heroes and like weird
Easy.
Japanese mini games.
You know they have a Mario XCOM. It has
Yeah, I
like the
know
rabbits.
Mario and Rabbids. Yeah, it's pretty
It's
cool.
amazing.
I never played it, but it looks pretty cool.
I wanted it at one point, but I'm poor, so.
I mean, I play. Yeah, I'm just playing. I have XCOM 2 already, so I don't really feel the need to like get another type.
There's another
So I mean, like,
version of it.
Console for
yeah.
another variation of the same game.
So I mean, I am kind of excited. There's like this game called Phoenix Point, which is supposedly made by like the first guy, like the guy who made the first XCOM, and like yeah, that looks exciting.
Shall we talk about these epic list of games?
Oh, you mean that releasing what is it? Yeah, Tetris Battle Royale for free if you have Nintendo Direct.
Well, you mean Nintendo Online?
Or is it? Oh yeah, Nintendo Online.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought it. I mean, I have it, but I haven't tried it out yet. But it looks really funny. Just Tetris Battle Royale.
Yeah,
I want
like,
to. I want to try it soon.
Yeah, because I guess what you can do with it is like, if you just like you can choose to just like attack someone. So what that does is like when you destroy rows on your end, it ends up like stacking rows up on their end.
So
Like, making it more
basically,
difficult
it's
to-
Puyo Puyo with 99 other people.
Yeah, I guess so. It's one way you're looking at it.
Shut up! You don't know what Puyo Puyo is.
Wow, rude.
They have a Ultimate Alliance 3, which is big sad. It doesn't need to exist because the two other games are kind of bad. So I don't know why you're making another one that looks like a fucking PS3 game. I really don't understand the need for making Ultimate Alliance. Maybe because they just want like a Marvel game for like the Switch, but no.
I think they just want a Marvel game. They just want any. Because
just port the fucking mobile games onto onto a Switch. They already have like Pokemon Quest, which is like a really shitty mobile game. I don't know why it's on the Switch, but it is. So
Marvel games. I feel like there should. I mean, like you already have like a bajillion Spider-Man games. Like, where's my Iron Man game?
Yeah.
Or Captain America, whatever. Blah blah blah.
There was a Captain America game that came out around the time the movie did, and I don't know. It looks kind of funny.
For Phase 1 movies, they had a bunch of video games.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say Phase 1 because Iron Man 3 had a game, but like, and Thor also had a game. It was those two were mobile games though, but like everything after like Thor 2, nothing got a game. I think maybe Guardians got a game, and it was like really short lived because it was really shitty. Like it's like as time goes by, the games were like just getting better. I mean, getting worse.
I
Just
mean,
like the
we
natural
got
progression.
Lego Marvel, the video game, right?
Well, I
Such
guess that counts because they're like kind of really tied into the MCU.
yeah.
But they're like more faithful to their comics too,
hmm
which I can praise them for. But I don't like Lego games. They're like
But you
kind of
got
boring.
epic crossovers like you got the Fantastic Four and the X-Men and the Avengers. They're all together and they're
Oh,
fighting
you mean
Galactus.
the same X-Men and Fantastic Four? I don't really care about. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they add variety, so like, it's a plus. But I don't really care.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'd really be a fan of if they do decide to do that for movies or if they just want to keep it to like their own separate universes. Because I think like the problem, like you especially see with Infinity Wars, like you just get so many characters on screen that's like, how do you even keep track of most of these and like still have interest? So I don't know about like them introducing like, hey, here's the Avengers and the X-Men and I don't know.
Have uh, I'm looking at the games list. They have the best game ever made coming to the Nintendo Switch. They have some dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
These fucking little bean Disney characters, because that's totally profitable because it's apparently still 2017. That's pretty cool. I don't know why they made it, but I want it. If it's free, I will play it and I will main Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, just as a finishing topic to discuss, Elon Musk back at it again saying that he's gonna make the cost for going to Mars 100,000. So
That's not plausible. Thank you, Elon Musk. Very cool.
I mean we gotta get there at some point so we can bring opportunity home, or, like pay respects to it. It thought that it was gonna do a good job and get to see its family again, but it just ends up powering down in the middle of a sandstorm on a barren planet.
Oh, on your planet?
Yeah, except with
Why would you
another
kill the
arm.
rover?
I don't always know how to feel about Elon Musk, it seems, because like sometimes, like a lot of times, I'm just like, oh wow, look at him, he's such a clown or a charlatan. I don't know, something. But then like I don't know, other times it's like, oh well, at least someone's trying. At least someone's like saying that he's gonna do something.
He said he was going to ban the sequel trilogy on Mars, so it's pretty epic.
Oh my god, what a memer. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's so hip.
it's just
Hi, my name is Elon Musk. I sent a car with a mannequin into space. Hee hee, very funny. Also, I made this fucking kill container to carry out the trapped children, and it doesn't really work that well. And I'm mad that
yeah,
they don't agree that it works.
Mm,
yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
that whole episode with the Thailand thing was just so fucking awkward.
mm,
It was kind of stupid.
yeah,
You're stupid.
he's trying to recoup his losses, I guess, by asking Pewds that he can host meme review. Finally, he's got to stay in with the times, because
This
Pewds is totally in with the times.
this does not sound good. Can you imagine it being like a what is it like a billionaire and you're like as smart as you are and you can fucking do whatever you can within your power to like make space travel like better, and then you're asking, oh, can I go on meme review? Because you've lost your job and you lost pretty much all your credibility because your past escapades as a dickhead. Elon Musk is incredible. He's just so into meme culture. Like it doesn't really matter to him about I guess like his career because with the memes he'll always have a career. I
Yeah, just on like another note though with Pewds, He did a Minecraft stream apparently today or yesterday. Like I think it was earlier today. So I don't know, it's funny
also
to like
played-
see him try to pull out all the stops to stay ahead. But it's gonna happen.
I'll be the first to say it, and I'll probably be like chastised for it. But I really don't think PewDiePie was ever really interesting. He's just the most popular guy, and people watch him.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of just like
he does the funny memes, haha.
Just like the idea of like one self-made YouTuber still like holding the top.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I mean, like, I feel like we would all be in agreement that he's overrated.
Yeah.
It's more out of principle at this point, I think.
Because we're
because a company is about to like take the #1 spot, and people are like, "Oh no, we can't let that happen."
Yeah, that probably just boosted him into like mainstream now. Just the whole T-Series thing. If it wasn't for T-Series, he'd probably just
He'd be irrelevant, yeah.
But like now, T-Series has bolstered his big dick ego, and now he's gonna play Fortnite for us. Yippee, haha, funny me.
He like makes out to be like a big villain, and that everyone needs to stop. But secretly, he wants them to stick around so that he can, just still stay relevant.
Virgin PewDiePie versus Chad Pyrocynical.
Yes. So guys,
I mean, I guess it makes sense that he's the most popular. Some makes sense that he's the most popular. It's just right place, right time, and then like his content is obviously appealing to like
babies,
enough people.
Yeah, 9-year-olds,
children,
12-year-olds.
Kids. Yeah, teens, like young teen kids, certain adults or young adults, whatever.
But PewDiePie doesn't matter when we have Rice Gum, Yippee, and Jake and Logan Paul.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not that familiar with most of those names.
It's Dirge. Hey, Dirge.
I know Rice Gum is particularly like scummy, but like I don't know.
I had this big controversy, so I'm gonna do a Amazon gift card giveaway. That solves my wrongdoings, right? That makes up for it.
I'm gonna flex on you, fake ass faggots in the whole. I can't.
Okay, do we really need another censor?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't go on with my joke because I fucked it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, like how Rice Gum and like Jake and Logan Paul like kind of take off when they're like just YouTubers for like entitled white children.
I mean, sounds like a certain Kardashian. Sorry, it's a big cough.
People are stupid. Like that's. I mean, I don't know. I guess people can be pretty easily manipulated. I feel easily manipulated sometimes myself, so it's like I don't know. That's just why maybe I'm just projecting my own gullibility onto other people. Maybe because I feel like I've been like baited into random shit before, but like people can be so easily.
But what are they being like tricked into? Like it's just
just like the appeal, or like especially if you're like a preteen or something like that, like the confidence, or like like the humor of someone like, I don't know, which Paul is it? There's like two Pauls. There's like a Jake and there's a Logan. I don't even know which one's which. So Jake is the one who did like the Suicide Force thing, right? Or is that Logan? Oh, that's Logan. Okay, never mind. Jake is another.
Jake is, I forgot what he did, but he's also a shitbag.
I don't know. I feel like part of me is like I should know this, and other part of me is like I shouldn't know this. But then so it's like
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
inconsequential, because in the grand scheme of things, they're just really nobodies, but they're somebody because they're put onto the pedestal because they have money and they make the funny YouTube videos.
Well, yeah, they have money. Yeah.
Just dumb. Like I just don't understand like how there's an audience for this. Like who wants to like go into YouTube and say, yeah, I want to watch some rich white dude like harass like people in public.
That's Baron's point about the Kardashians. This is before YouTube, man.
It's nasty.
Or like shows like The Bachelor, like reality TV.
Like
I mean,
people
there's
who-
probably a lot of studies that probably have drawn different conclusions about this stuff. That like I don't know.
So basically, as I can conclude, they have the big yay.
Yeah, I mean they appeal to the lowest common denominator, and they appeal to the masses, the sheeple, the proletariat, mindless proletariats who must be
Disney
led
shills.
Yeah.
by enlightened people. Yeah, but I mean that's the vibe I get, and I'm only being kind of I'm saying this, but like I genuinely believe that most people, the majority of us humans, are sheeple seems harsh, but like yeah,
I mean,
easily manipulated, which is like you're asking why would we possibly fall for like these people? Why would we watch these people? Why are we fascinated by them?
I mean, that's just the human experience.
Yeah.
We just observe and we make judgment based on what we see, and if we like, we like. If we don't, we don't. Some people probably don't even like some stuff, but they just stay for the herd because of the mob mentality. But,
Yeah, because everyone else
part of being
watches
a
it.
person.
Yeah, it's fun because it's something to talk about with other people, and it's easy to understand.
But
yeah,
but becoming like the people that you enjoy watching is not okay. So
oh yeah,
I really wish people who like watch this stuff, like even like ironic or unironically, don't try to become like the people they watch. It's kind of like people. It's like. It's
but I mean,
like saying you wanna you like a big fan of Jackass and you want to be like the guy from Jackass. Like you want fucking.
but do you not want to like do you think like people don't want to? Because I think people do. People do want to be like that person because the thing is that those people do these things and they get away with it. So I want to be that kind of person who can do something like whatever, like film a person who just hung himself in like the middle of a forest and be like, haha, look at him, and then get away with it with like an apology video like that. I would kind of like to have that power, influence.
I don't think he broke any laws doing that. I mean,
well, yeah, I know, but
that's the
thing. It's insensitive, but it's just like, and I would like to have that level of support. I would like fame. I'd like money. I'd like all those things.
Him. I mean, it was
but like people still
retarded children.
No, I just mean people. Yeah.
And YouTube just being like, hey, we're gonna put this on trending.
Yeah, but I'm saying like look at from those people like the children supporting him perspective. Like I want to grow up to be like this guy because he's cool. He does what he wants. He's funny, and he has a lot of money. He doesn't seem to worry about it as much, and everyone likes him, and
Well, I mean that's
same with Kardashians.
I mean, like
that's you're like that's where his fan base is from.
Yeah, but just like they'll learn like even though you have a lot of money and power, I mean it doesn't last forever. You're not always untouchable.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll hopefully they'll grow up and they learn like these things.
I mean, that's why the solution would be to make him face the consequences of his actions or in some way.
Not happening. But like the thing about this is like he's kind of setting himself up for failure because he gets away from this bullshit unscathed. So he's probably going to be like, what can I take to the next level? And he does something illegal, and then he gets arrested and probably has to spend a lot of time in prison or something. Like maybe like an exotic pet, like a fucking goes out to Africa and hunts a lion. Like now he's a pet lion that kills people that walk into.
Well, yeah, maybe. Who knows?
And then the kids will see that and they'll be like, "Wow, that's a pretty shitty situation." They'll probably be like, "Free Logan Paul," but then they'll probably realize like, "Yeah, I mean, he's a big shit. I don't know why."
Well, yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Right.
That's
I really hope
what
it comes out
should
like
be.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to free the sheeple. We are the free thinkers. The world is flat.
Well, I mean, ultimately, people have to do something about it. It's like, I mean, I don't feel like, but like people will do something about it. That's the thing. That's well, I mean, that's I don't know. This is kind of getting into topics that like the shit that I think when I'm lying in bed at like 2 a.m. or something like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, but like people.
Why is Ryan Johnson still getting money?
Yeah, but I mean, this goes beyond. I mean, this goes beyond like the YouTubers. This goes to like Hollywood, right? With the whole stuff with like the whole. There's like the recent thing with like the Me Too movement, which I feel like is like a backlash that has been building
This
up.
isn't even Hollywood. This is just.
Yeah, I know, but it's a similar situation. Like with like Chris Brown. Chris Brown is still making hits, and he's beat up a lot. But aside from beating Rihanna half to death, like he's beat up and got in trouble with a lot of people. But he's still making hits, and why? Because he has a lot of fans. He makes money. There's R. Kelly, which is just like. I don't even want to get into it, dude. I don't even want to get into it. Like, there's like a whole lot of messed up shit.
He's you guys see the video of like him on concert, and he has like the people like patting him and like touching his head, and he like slowly moves it like towards like them touching his crotch and like them sticking their hands in his pants.
Jeez.
He's so fucking nuts, dude. I don't know how he's like not in an asylum. He doesn't have to be in jail.
Because he has money.
Money and influence. So it solves all
Yes.
problems of public outcry. Like, hey, we can't really do anything about me because
Hey, R. Kelly, can you sing the song from Space Jam for me? I believe I can fly.
But yeah, that's
Sad.
how it goes.
Have you guys heard about 6ix9ine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's going to jail. I mean, like I would say that's a good-ish thing.
Do you guys think like
To some
it's
extent.
gonna be permanent, or you think he's just gonna get out or something?
I don't know, but I hope, because I don't know enough about him. I don't really know how well loved he is in reality, or how much influence and money he has.
Apparently, he like raped like an underage girl. He's been in shootings. He's a part of the Blood Gang.
Yep,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
I don't know if if there's bond on him. If there's bond, then he's probably getting out. But I don't think they'll hold bond for like fucking gang like member. Especially like 6ix9ine, who just rapes underage children, and then he goes and does an ad like, I respect women and I like safe sex.
Definitely.
Yeah. You see my knuckles? They say 6ix9ine all over them.
It seems like the whole thing, like, hey, just can get away with it because, hey, I can do some cool raps with the kids. They love it, right? Give me another little girl.
Listen to the rap music.
Well, thanks.
No,
Yeah.
we're not done.
Oh, we're not? Okay. Wait, you want to say something else?
Yeah, I want to tell some of my VR chat stories.
Yeah, go ahead with your VR chat experience.
I just want people to know, like, yes, the YouTube videos are true. It is very commonplace for this weird shit to happen, because so me and my friend Tom, we finally figured out like how to like just get VR chat working and like get custom models, and apparently you have to like do some activities in the game where you can start doing like custom models like being uploaded. So we were playing around, just getting some time in. We friended each other to get some of the requirements done, and we met up with each other. And like when we were like ready to go out and like talk to people, the first thing that happens, we go into the hub area, and there's like a bunch of these ugly looking like these pixel elves. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you've seen it before. It's like these little
Like the thing for the dank memes icon.
Yeah, for like the Twitter page. Yeah, and it's like they're like a bunch of Mexicans like on the mic, and they're like saying like really vulgar things. And my friend walks up to them because he wants to get friends so he can get like that out of the way so we can have like one step closer to getting custom models. And they're just like yelling at him, and then they look down at me because I'm like a tiny little heart. I don't know why I was a tiny heart, but they were like, "Hey, you're small. Want to suck my dick?" And they made me like role play sucking their dick, and then they gave me like a block of ice, I guess what it was, to play with, and it was just really weird. I guess a little uncomfortable. I mean, I'm not really that uncomfortable. It's just fucking stupid. So we head out into like a open mic night thing. It's like a comedy show kind of map where like you stand on the stage and you like tell a joke.
Yeah.
And it starts off where like there's like this girl sitting there. She's like dressed as Mimikyu from Pokemon. It's like this little bootleg Pikachu looking thing. And I'm just having conversation with her. My friend manages to like come in because he was having computer troubles because his computer's kind of a potato.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the crowd started building up because they see like, oh, there's 3 people here. I can make 4, and then people are, that's 4. I can make 5. So like, it's like a lot of people pouring in, and this is where the fucking madness starts. There starts being like anime girls in the corner making weird like anime sounds and playing loud music that was like ear bleedingly loud. You have fucking Ugandan knuckles running up and down the halls, like sniffing people, like not even in a Ugandan accent, just like you smell nice, and it was weird as fuck. You had like an army man crawling on the floor, like he had like a machine gun. He was just like shooting his loud ass machine guns at people, and it was a lot to take in because I was trying to have conversations with like 1 or 2 normal people, and you just have fucking clone trooper with like a laughing emoji lightsaber chasing the goddamn knuckles around. It is really just off-putting just because how loud it is and like how intrusive people want to be, but like these sounds and effects and just really annoying. So we leave that place because it was a little too much, and we go to like this place that hosts like Pokemon models. So we like dressed up as Pokemon, whatever, and we see like some dude join, and he's like dressed as like a Titan from Titanfall, and I don't even know what's going on. It just goes like ETA Titan dropping in like 5 seconds, and then legit a fucking Titan falls out of the sky. He's like bending towards me, a tiny little Pikachu. He goes like, "Get in." I was like, whoa. And he's like out there like trying to fight everybody. He has like full body tracking. So he has like the arms swinging around. He's like chasing like people down. He's like trying to fight the whale. It's like a giant whale Pokemon. I told him to stop it. And the dude was just like, no, I have to kill the whale. I needed the blubber. And then he started spamming the ETA thing, so I just fucking left. And then I go, and like the majority of the time we spent after that was just like playing around in this one room. It's like a Spider-Man model room. It's like a bunch of Spider-Man custom models. It was pretty neat. They have like models to shoot webs. I mean, some of the models were bad. Like they have the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Spider-Man with like the weird proportions. So they did have like their share of like weird and bad models, but a lot of it was good. And I somehow managed to get like a Crash Bandicoot model. It's the one from the PS4 game. So I'm just sitting there waiting for my friend to pick out a model as Crash Bandicoot. Time goes by, he gets tired, he leaves. So I'm like by myself. And this is like where the real like YouTube crazy shit happens. And go up by myself to it's like a winter house kind of map. It's like a log cabin kind of house map. And I walk in, and it's like a bunch of grown people, like because compared to before, it was either nobody was talking or it was like young kids. And it's like a bunch of 30-year-olds sitting around as like anime girls, like floating in circles and just having like weird like dark conversations with like the most normal tone. And I'm just like sitting there staring at them. It's like, hey, Crash Bandicoot. So, I mean, it was just like okay. I didn't really I mean, maybe because I don't get out that often, but it was just kind of like weird to see people just normally talking about like this dark, like kind of stuff.
Like,
So I just
like how dark? Like not, you don't want to say it. Levels of dark, like what? Illegal, or
just maybe like a little bit above like edgy teen. Like they were.
can
just
you
talking
give like
about,
an example?
like they want to talk. They were talking about like how they like wanted to kill people, and like how cool it would be, and like how much better their lives would be if they killed people. I don't know. I don't want to be involved with that, so I just skedaddled. I heard people talking upstairs. I go upstairs
Damn,
and I see
that's
this.
immersive.
I see like this fucking pixelated dude throwing down these little particle effects, and he looks like he's blocking something. So I walk towards the door. They're all like these things are surrounding it, and it like almost bricks my computer because there's so much shit on the floor.
Damn.
And then he just leaves. I don't know why, but he just like vanishes and all his shit vanishes. So I can finally access the door. I open the door and I see two anime girls sitting on each other making out, and a bunch of people are yelling at me. It's like, Crash Bandicoot, what the fuck are you doing out of here? Get the fuck out of here. We don't like Sony characters. Get out of here. And it's like yelling at me. It's just like, what did I
Well,
just
you intruded on their private meeting.
There was
No,
this
that's-
bunch of dudes watching two girls kiss.
That's what I mean. Like the whole time you were talking about this, I was just thinking about like how in the future you could just have these meetings in like a VR sort of setting, and that would be pretty cool.
Yes.
Also potentially like, you know, strange. Like I don't watch Black Mirror, but people keep on referencing it. So I like Black Mirror-ish. Maybe there's like a there's probably a Black Mirror episode along those lines.
Black
like-
Mirror and VR Chat collaborate.
Yeah, no, but like just like a VR, you know, in the future, like it could be like a standard of like using VR to meet up with people. And then I don't know what the rules for like what your avatar could be. Maybe like there's like it's a specific sort of VR network where it's like, you know, it's specifically designed for professional settings, and you can, you know,
I think
choose
VR
your
Chat is just
avatar.
like a VR and glorified version of Second Life. That's the best way you
Well, no, because VR chat is simply a demonstration of
The
like
capability.
of the capabilities, a test of the capabilities of a VR world, which is interesting.
But it's literally
Yeah, it's a
just
test.
Second Life. So
Yes, yeah. That's all. That's what they need. You need to have that to see how it goes, to see what it's like.
it's really weird. It's like breeding a whole different kind of culture.
Yeah,
It's not even like in like any late phase or anything. It's just like the early testing stages.
Yeah.
Of VR.
exactly. That's the cool part about it. I mean, like, I don't know, but I don't know about like this, but like I feel like it's a necessary part of how VR will develop, and I think VR is like a lot of tech companies are probably working on VR based on my sources of people of family I know who work in Silicon Valley in multiple different companies. They're all interested in VR, straight up, like Apple, Google, you know, even Amazon.
I hope when they like if they get VR to like a certain point, they like kind of regulate it to the point where it isn't like VR chat where it's just kind of cringy and
No, it's going to be increasingly regulated. That's the thing. As terrifying as that sounds, I feel like it's going to be increasingly regulated as bigger companies come into
went
it.
in to like try and have a conversation with somebody, like try and strike up normal conversation with
Yeah.
somebody, and I came out feeling like I like was like pervert watching some like two girls kissing. Apparently, one of them was a dude. I found out later on. I
Yeah.
heard them talking,
No,
but, like,
okay. Yeah, but like so yeah. This is the Wild West, I guess. I mean, like this is kind of overhyping it, but like this is just like a baby step. This VR chat. Like when I mean VR chat, like so there's VR chat, right? And then like I'm talking about like the future of VR as a whole. you know.
Yeah, I mean, because like the thing is just like VR chat, like anyone can hop onto, pick a like really like I don't know,
Yeah.
like any model, and then just do something without like
Yeah.
being too serious. Because like I think if you look at like the people that actually have like VR headsets, they tend to like actually like be a bit more serious about it, and like they're not like as special, we'll say, as like some
I don't know.
people from Cammy's encounter.
Yeah.
But
No, I mean, like, there's VR chat, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just thinking about like VR. I mean, would it really even be necessary though? Now that I think of it, like, to use, how would VR be incorporated like outside of just being Second Life?
VR Pokemon.
No, outside of like just like being a game. Like, how would it be used professionally? I mean, like, it could be used like for training things, obviously, I guess.
They could use it for like, I guess, like think of it like Star Wars, like when they're like given the plans for the Death Star and they're like picking it apart and like in real time and like showing you where the hole is, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's
And
kind
you
of like
can-
a practical use.
Yeah.
So
If it gets sufficiently advanced, it might be easier to like meet up through VR. Yeah.
you'll never leave your house again. You're born in that house and you'll stay in that house for the rest of your life. Unless you're like from like the West or like, I don't know, like in Georgia, you go out, hillbilly friends, yeehaw. I don't know if you need to censor that, but
yeah, I have to just like there's gonna be like a lot of just me listening to a recording, just saying like, let's see, what do I need to cut out between like this misspeaks or like stuttering and certain things that probably wouldn't be good to.
when you like edit, like when you're done editing, you post it, you just like message me like, Cam, we're gonna have to cut you because you're kind of a vulgar piece of shit.
Hey guys, Baron here, just saying that we decided to cut Cammy from the podcast. He's not really conducive to the environment we want to create. Hope it's understandable.
Yeah, we're replacing him with Qantas, who is like arguably worse. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, did you want to kind of end it there? Any other closing thoughts?
Have you guys ever played this really good game? It's called Star Wars Demolition for the PlayStation 1. It's really cool. It has remixed music of classic Star Wars track, and it sounds really good.
No, I haven't played it.
You shouldn't, because it's actually pretty bad. So don't do that. You should instead invest your money into a good computer and buy Battlefront 2. Yes? I was talking to you, Grant.
No, I won't.
You should.
I won't. Like,
You
just
will.
I won't. I'll get the computer, good computer part, yeah, but I'm not gonna get Battlefront 2.
Well, you got time. You anti-normie.
It's just, I don't see the point. It's the Battlefront 3 is gonna come out at some point, and then like I might get that. No, I mean, like, I genuinely expect it to like come out at some point. Unless, I mean, if it doesn't, then Battlefront 2 is just gonna slowly wither away.
What, you mean Battlefront like 3?
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening, Chief.
Why don't you think it's happening? Because I think, I mean, I guess it wouldn't happen if they feel like, yeah, if they feel like it's not profitable anymore to make any of more Battlefronts.
Battlefront 2 didn't really strike like the chords it really wanted to, and like now it's just kind of like licking its wounds and like trying to get back up now.
Yeah,
But I really don't think it's profitable to like make a third one anymore.
No, so like if there is a Battlefront 3, then I would, but like I don't think Battlefront 2 is like the kind of long lasting game that and honestly I've never historically been that dedicated to games over the years. Like I don't play League of Legends anymore. I go on and off maybe.
Well, you don't have to play the game for like longevity. I mean, it's just a fun game to pop in every now and then and dick around as Luke Skywalker.
uh, I got away from it to make like a game I'm more specifically interested in. The thing is I lose interest pretty quickly. I haven't touched a lot of older games in a long time.
Wow.
So yeah.
Big lame.
EA, whenever a game hasn't generated $10 million worth of sales in the first day, this is no longer profitable.
Yeah, pretty much.
Meanwhile, the Old Republic just got a new update for Geonosis. Yippee! Who the fuck is playing it?
Yeah, who is playing that game? Who is still playing that game?
That group of moms that I was in.
Yeah.
What?
They probably like look at their player list and they're like, "Hey, where did that one person go that I gave all of my cool shit to?"
No, they probably forgot about you.
Wow. I feel so forgotten. I'm gonna log in right now.
Nice. I mean, I guess until like they create like an alternative that people will go to, because like, I don't know. I guess there's still like a market for people that like that sort of genre of, hey, I'm gonna make my own character and kind of do like a MMORPG thing. And so
you mean the MMORPG genre?
I mean, like for Star Wars, because arguably for Battlefront they kind of filled that whole thing of like a multiplayer FPS game. And now they're kind of working on doing like some single player titles, since there's still that amount of people that really want that sort of thing and that sort of content.
They saw Red Dead Redemption 2 and it's like, wow, we can do that, but Star Wars.
I mean, it would be cool if they did something like that, but not sure if it would really like transfer over that well.
I feel like the Fallen Order, whatever it's called, Jedi,
Fallen Order.
It's gonna be like like the Disney canon's version of The Force Unleashed. Like that's the vibes I'm getting from it, and I do not want that.
I saw some a bit lightsaber focused, but yeah.
I saw some like footage today and yesterday of The Force Unleashed, and it just looks like a power fantasy, like a lot of what like Legends has to offer. It really just looks like a power fantasy. Like nothing just looks interesting. It's just, oh, here I am, like fucking Starkiller attacks Luke Skywalker, and by the way, you're my princess now because I cut off your hand that's not actually cut off. And like just the shit that they do, like they don't do it in the movies, but like yet you can like fucking force run up a bunch of fallen pillars. It's just really a power fantasy that doesn't correlate to like the source material. It's just,
I mean, it's a video game. That's why I always felt like it'd be better if they just made the video games, made non-canon video games rather than try to like tie them in.
Well, I mean, you can make a grounded video game like based off of what the movies have, but I mean, like just all this over bullshit just doesn't work. It doesn't look cool to me.
Force Awakens, it's a fairly, or it was fairly. I mean, the second one was rushed and like rushed camp like story, but then I mean both stories aren't good. I meant like the I want to say campaign, but like nah. But what I mean is like it's hack and slash. It's like okay, that's fine, and you get some cool force powers that you can like toss around people with.
I mean from a gameplay,
that's like KOTOR. Yeah, it's satisfying. It's just satisfying to combo. It's like playing Batman Arkham or Lord of the Rings, like the Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War, or Assassin's Creed.
About like this exaggerated stuff, most of the exaggerated stuff comes out of like the cutscenes, not exactly the game itself, to be honest. And you just have like Luke instantly learns how to use Force lightning, and he has Sith eyes all Starkiller did was basically tug on the fucking Millennium Falcon. That's the thing. It's also inconsistent. He can barely hold open a door. Taking off on Hoth, and he like throws Luke
Uh-huh.
into an X-wing taking off,
Well,
and
yeah.
survives.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of just like a video game thing of like, hey, nothing really matters. You can just like fall from space, and that's just like, oh, okay, I'll just walk away
It
from
kind of
that.
reminds me that time in the Marvel comics where Spider-Man actually fell from orbit and like was like, yeah, I'm all right. But yet, like somebody like stabs Spider-Man and goes like, "Oh, I'm going to die, Aunt May. Please forgive me for dying."
Yeah, I mean, he said it in Amazing Spider-Man. Remember, knives are his biggest weakness. Small knives.
Oh,
It's canon.
damn, dude, you have fucking Shrek'd me in Spider-Man lore.
Yeah, exactly.
I am infuriated. I'll just die, I guess.
Do it. Alright. Alright. So, any closing thoughts? Thanks for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.